This episode of Walt Disney World Today is sponsored by MEI and Mousefan Travel, who specialize in cruises and vacation packages to Disney and other destinations around the world. MEI and Mousefan Travel is an authorized Disney vacation planner. They provide their signature services with no additional agency fees. To get your free no-obligation quote, visit www.mousefantravel.com.
I'm Matt Hochberg of StudioCentral.com. Joining me on today's show is Mike Scopa, a senior feature writer and blogger for AllEars.net. Welcome, Mike.
La 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 la. I hate la-las.
Nemo, Finding Nemo.
Nope.
No.
La 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 la. I hate la-las.
Scabetta, any idea?
I'll tell you who said it.
Okay.
Bette Midler.
Backlot Tour. And the lottery.
The lottery, right.
Very good.
Ooh. The claw.
Also joining us on today's show is Len Testa, co-author of The Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. And Len, we are recording this live, and you may have noticed when we walked in, we had a little Van Halen playing, because nothing says American Adventure and Victorian 17th, 18th century America like a little eruption.
We were playing the classic American songbook, and then we decided to go with Van Halen.
That's right.
So, fabulous.
Also joining us on today's show is Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Hi, Matt. I can't do it as well. No one can do it as well.
No. You say well or annoying?
Also,
This year, it's all.
right.
Yeah.
Also joining us on today's show is the fabulous Annette Owens of MEI and Mousefan Travel. Welcome to the show, Annette.
Hey guys. Plain and
That's
simple. Hey guys. That's it.
Hey,
All you get.
Yeah. And then have you stolen any of the accoutrements that are outside in the...
No, I've been watching you just to make sure you didn't take a thing.
As far as you know, no.
That's right. And we're recording this show again live at the American Adventure back in Reunion, which was probably about a month ago at this point when this
The
gets
big
out.
thing is, did you leave anything? Because, at the prop shop, you kept trying to leave stuff.
I was trying to leave an unofficial guide to the prop shop just to see what happened.
On today's show, we're going to be talking about...
Isn't the book an American classic? I should
That's right. That's right. War and Peace, Gone with the Wind,
Gone with the
and
Wind. The Unofficial Guide.
The Unofficial Guide. Yeah, that makes sense.
There's a bell in the room somewhere.
There is.
So on today's show, we're actually going to be taking... There we go.
It's like the Grateful Dead. We travel with everything we need.
So on today's show, we're going to actually be taking some different aspects of Walt Disney World and giving our thoughts on them. And we have a live studio audience here, and they are going to offer up some options. And it could be anything. It could be, a water park like Blizzard Beach. It could be the drink options at, France. You know what I mean? There's whatever aspect it could be.
What?
And if we don't know, we could go find out right
Yeah, that's
now.
right. We'll be right back.
Just stall for 20 minutes. Hold on.
So we're going to be taking from the audience.
I think it's fabulous. Drinks.
So Scopa will be going around with the wireless microphone, and if you have something you'd like our thoughts on, we will comment on it. So let us begin. If you'd like to have Mr. Scopa's attention, just raise your hand, and we'll get started.
Dennis has a question or a comment on something.
Aspect.
You have an aspect?
I want an opinion.
Okay.
Wait, what's your name?
Dennis from Indianapolis.
Hi, Dennis.
Thank you.
Anybody tried the tequila bar in Mexico?
I haven't tried that yet.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Tequila.
5 p.m. is
Is that where they have the frozen?
Who's tried? A couple people have tried it. Where's John?
Margaritas, I have know nothing about.
Yeah, a couple people have tried it.
It's good. I generally hear good comments about it, so seems like people like it. So 5 o'clock, we'll know more.
We'll know a little bit more.
Jalapeno margarita. Okay.
I'm thinking Mexican food and tequila will go well together.
Yeah. Really? A Mexican drink and Mexican food. Who'd have thunk it?
Call it stretch. I know.
Yeah. Good.
Right?
I'm glad the Mensa's really kicking in.
This is what you get on 4.5 hours of sleep.
That's right. All right.
Hi, I'm Julia from Maryland.
Hi, Julia.
Legendary years. Demolish them or finish them?
Ooh. Interesting. Len, what are your thoughts?
I recuse myself.
So the rumor that we've heard is that they're going to turn them into suites, which I like the idea of.
Right. Animation suites?
Animation suites, right. So Disney's actually filed a building permit calling for the construction of test rooms and named it Animation Suites.
I wonder
of
if
some kind.
I wonder if the plan. I mean, this is obviously rumored, so not exactly.
No,
yet.
the building permit's for real.
All right. Oh, so there you go. I wonder if it's related to the aspect that the Flamingo Crossings thing is really like on nowhere.
Oh, jeez.
And that
Talk
was
about
supposed to
bad
bring a
timing
lot
for
of
that.
rooms. Yeah. So if obviously maybe they're looking to make up for the rooms, the extra capacity that they were looking for with those.
Is everyone at the Flamingo?
Yeah. Why don't you explain?
So it was the sort of a lower end hotel shopping
Plaza.
District
Right.
on the west side of the property, right?
Yeah,
West
near
side of the
Animal
property.
Kingdom.
Yeah. So that would bring in sort of less expensive hotels, less expensive shopping. But Disney actually timed it. It was announced about 18 months ago, right when the commercial real estate market started to collapse.
Yeah.
So the last I heard is they actually don't have any commercial real estate tenants.
Yeah, they have
signed
like
up
nothing.
18 months after they announced the project.
And they were also going to bring in some like moderately priced off-site hotels as well.
Right.
And
So then they've got
I wonder if
nothing
it's
on that.
related to that. That's
But
could
the
be-
problem Disney has right now is they still have excess capacity in all their hotels.
not
right?
this weekend.
This weekend, they don't, but in general, right? So there'd be when Disney's fiscal year ended in October, Bob Iger had said that advanced bookings through December were actually down 7% compared to the previous year. So that's the kind of thing that they were dealing with for this year. So I don't think they're going to need to be adding any capacity anytime soon.
Right.
But when they do, I mean, Suites is the big sort of thing that they're missing. So
Good.
as long as it's not $250 a night.
Yeah. Next. Anyone want to ask?
We've
about
answered every question.
Got one down here. Yeah. I hope it's about Illuminations cruises. We give our real thoughts.
We might have someone here that might be able to.
Hi, this is Kim from Pittsburgh.
Hi, Kim.
How about those Steelers? Huh?
Hey, Kim.
Lost to the Browns
Kim, what happened?
Don't even talk about it.
and the Raiders. Yeah, it's quite a
And the Chiefs.
and the Chiefs. Boo is right.
Such harassment. What do you
Thanks for
think
coming.
about
Love you. Love you.
more DVC properties being built? Do you?
Yes.
Yes.
So here's the interesting thing about that, and here's why. I was pausing for how to say thank you very much. Thank you. Disney counts DVC revenue as theme park revenue. They don't separate the two out. So every time they sell a DVC unit, it counts as theme park revenue. It makes their bottom line look better. So we've actually got calls from people who run major mutual funds who ask us if we can separate out those two things for them, like what's the attendance versus what's the DVC stuff, because they're trying to figure out what the bottom line is too. But Disney likes doing that, right? Disney likes selling DVC units and adding it to the theme park revenue bottom line. So for the foreseeable future, I think the odds are, even if they're not building any other resorts, they'll be building DVC. It's probably generally on deluxe property. So I see what they did with Animal Kingdom and with Saratoga Springs, where they just did little boutique add-ons. I could totally see that working at the Poly or the Grand Floridian.
It'd be great at the Poly. I would buy at the Poly for that.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be anything as big as Bay Lake Tower, which is fabulous.
Yeah,
but
right.
you could add 2 more buildings or 3 more buildings. to
Well, they
the
could
Poly.
still don't forget they could still knock down the other garden wing over there at the Contemporary and add in.
That's true. The other
There's a
garden wing.
snowball in hell that's rooting for
But I think
Matt.
I think look
Oh,
at the.
sorry,
look
are we
at the large
interrupting?
properties.
Oh no, no! You buying DVC
Yeah,
at
Fort
Poly?
Wilderness
That,
DVC.
you know,
Exactly.
Mike Newell. Yeah.
I've been saving my money for DVC, baby.
He'll be the first to get it at Fort Wilderness.
Fort
That's
Wilderness.
right,
Exactly.
Fort Wilderness.
A tent DVC. 2 points.
That comes with your own bathroom.
Oh, you want a weekend? 3 points. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, but definitely, I think DVC is the thing that we're doing. So
Good.
Buy DVC at the Poly. Come on.
We're still on that.
I see.
let it go.
Thank you.
Let it go.
We got one, Mike Cheryl.
DVC at the Poly.
Is the Patriots game on or something?
Continue to DVC. What do you think about the financing problems and the problems? Because I just read
Oh, right. So
another
this is
article
their-
by Jason Garcia.
Yeah, this is their
about
commercial paper problem.
financing.
Yeah.
What's the article about? I didn't read it.
So I haven't seen this article. The last problem that they had is essentially they have to finance. Disney does not self-finance DVC sales. They book the revenue for the entire sale, and then they try and sell in the commercial paper market the balance of the debt.
Uh-huh.
And when the commercial real estate market went south 18 months ago, they had trouble finding buyers for the debt. Well, so the government stepped in to do some to help with some of the liquidity problems with and this sounds like economics 101 now, doesn't it? But so no, they're not self-financing it. The government stepped in to help alleviate some of the problems in the commercial paper market back 18 months ago. So they've still got some programs in place. Disney could finance it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so.
And what compounds the problem is when you buy DVC, most banks don't lend. They won't give you a mortgage for DVC. It's not.
No.
Not that thing. So you're kind of stuck. Either you have the money all, and that's fine, or you have to go through Disney's rent lending, which the mortgage, the rates are a little on the high side of things.
Well, what's the take?
I'm sorry, where are you from?
Pennsylvania.
Hi. Who are you?
Hi, Pennsylvania.
I'm not from that end of the state. I'm from the other. How about them?
About them, whatever.
In regards to, I have a question for the Dole Whip expert. Is this green stuff natural that they're passing off to them, or? I mean, it just looks like toxic waste.
Next question. Well, I'm still standing, so I guess it's okay.
Good point.
Exactly.
Continuing in the theme here.
What's your name?
I'm sorry, I'm David from Florida.
Hi, David.
Again.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
So I'd like some commentary on this year's holiday decorations versus past years. Better, worse, the same?
Ooh.
Oh. Ask Ebenezer over here.
There was
Mr. S.
Are there any poor houses? Are there any poor farms? There was a show on Home and Garden Network about a week and a half ago that talked about the decorations down here. It was very well done. They took the host to the warehouse. They talked about all the decorations. They showed how they put together things like the popcorn that you see on the tree in the Magic Kingdom, how it's hand painted, and they drill holes in it and everything. It was really, really well done.
Did they show Lights of Winter?
Irony. So anyways, irony. So it was a very good show, and you got the impression, if you had never visited here at this time of year, that, wow, everywhere you go, there's garland, and there's trees, and there's lights, and there's all kinds of stuff. Those of us who have been coming down for 5, 10, 15 years, we've seen things go like this. And you can blame the economy or whatever, and I don't know what's going on, but I remember 2 years ago I was standing right in the Castle Hub, and I was talking to one of the cast members who I know in the Magic Kingdom, and I said, I want you to stand to the west, and I want you to tell me what you see in your line of sight. And she said, I see this, I see that. Do you see any Christmas decorations? No. Well, then can you imagine how when you're down here, if you don't see any, then you don't really feel like you're in the holiday season. I said, now turn to the north. And there were two directions which, when you're looking, you could not see garland or anything. I'm not looking for a lot of lush, but I'm looking to see something better than I have been seeing. They do decorate a lot on Main Street USA because the cameras have to see that for the parade.
Right.
I'm sure the pavilions are pretty good in World Showcase. I think that there's just a difference every year, and I don't know what to make of it. Obviously, the Lights of Winter is a disappointment.
Yeah.
But when you walk from Future World to World Showcase, there's very little. Even the real Lights of Winter, which were the everybody just before the trellis, there were these white things that were sticking out.
Yeah.
There's some kind of a floral arrangement, and I can't make heads or tails of that. So it's very disappointing.
Yeah. What's really disappointing with the Lights of Winter is, I mean, they're gone. Okay. I understand things happen.
I'm thinking temporary.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's temporary, but I just don't. The reasoning was so silly and so unbelievable in a bad way that that they said that the lights were obsolete. I mean, we've all made a number of jokes at that expense, and I mean, I think we're all adults. We can understand. If they said something broke and we just can't fix it it won't be up this year. I understand that, but it was rather. I found it kind of insulting the reasoning. And we got another option. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Sam from Virginia, and I'm actually going to ask this question for my wife Ashley, who.
Hi, Ashley.
Ashley and Sam.
Way too.
But I do have a question, but let me get to hers first. Difference between y'all's opinions on 10-day pass with no expiration versus annual pass, and is there any way around we asked this outside of Florida residency. I actually qualify being a student at Full Sail University. So they won't seem to allow us to buy any secondary pass or just because she doesn't have any kind of ID. And it's like, I would think that they would want my money, but they don't seem to quite want it as much as I would want to give it.
They want more of your money.
Yeah, you got to show. You're saying so discounts for the annual pass for if you.
Yeah,
in general,
won't
or
even,
just,
they won't even allow me to buy like a 3-day.
And why don't you have a driver's license?
Well, no, I do, but she doesn't have any kind of thing that qualifies. I do, but as a student at Full Sail.
Right, and why don't you, Ashley? Is there a reason, or you just don't want to?
I have a driver's license, but
You're right, and so you're just here as students. I see. And student IDs don't work?
Mine does, but they won't allow me to even buy a 3-day ticket with the discount. They'll only let me buy the one pass, and that's it.
Right, well, like one per person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how are tickets treated? That's what we were trying to figure out, why they treat it differently, tickets versus passes.
Well, they want it for, they want to, obviously what they're doing here is make sure that Florida residents really do get the discount, not someone from elsewhere. So I guess let's answer the first part of your question. The 10-day ticket versus the annual pass, right? That was, right? Well, there's the obvious. Are you going to be coming back here in the 10 days in a year? Like, if you're going to have, like, a 5-day trip and 5-day trip in January, 5-day trip in August, versus a 5-day trip in June, and then you're not coming back for 2 years, then it's pretty obvious the 10-day pass is going to be a better option. But I think we're looking at the first scenario, probably. Yeah. Right, and you stay on property? Yeah. When?
Yeah, so the break-even is like somewhere around 11 days, depending on what, just for the tickets themselves. And then the discounts haven't been great lately, though. The discount for annual pass holders is essentially $10 better than what they're giving for the general public right now. So it's still $10, and then you get parking, right? And then you get some discounts on food. So
yeah,
it was in Wonderland. Yeah, so that's $350.
Yeah, the parking might be an issue for you. It doesn't sound, if you're coming down here just for in a little bit, you're doing little day trips and things like that, then obviously the parking's going to add up real quick for you.
Yeah.
And the seasonal pass doesn't cover it. The Epcot After 4 pass and that new weekday pass doesn't cover it.
No.
So the parking may put you over the top in that case.
Yeah.
Okay, now for my question. I know the contract doesn't allow it, but any time frame when Marvel will start creeping into Disney in terms of the parks?
I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard anything. I'd be surprised.
I talked with Chris on that one night.
Chris
and
Eliopoulos.
There was some kind of a Chris Eliopoulos, and he said that there was some type of an agreement with Marvel Comics and Universal Studios, and this agreement could possibly happen with Disney regarding no appearance of Marvel characters east of in amusement parks or theme parks east of the Mississippi. And I don't know if that would carry on with Disney. I know that he also said that because they are now part of the Disney family, that they're working very hard and they're being very careful about the quality of their work, and they're being pressed to be very, very careful and make sure that they do the best quality work now.
I think what we've heard is that they're gonna go the other way with the Marvel agreement first. Like they're gonna use Disney stuff and get not exploit, but
bring Disney into Marvel.
Utilize Marvel, right. Go that way as opposed to go the other way first, and that seems to be what they're gonna do. Obviously down the line, contracts change and everything. So
10 minutes left.
Yeah, got time for probably one more.
Oh, we have 3 minutes left.
Yeah. Well, the Disney police come in here and it ain't pretty.
Start busting heads.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sorry.
Hi, Danielle.
Where are you from?
I'm from New York. I'm glad to be here. I wanted to know if folks from WDW today could give us a window into any future events that are planned.
TenFest, March 5th through 7th.
Because I've been selling it so well on the show, right?
Careful. I didn't do that. I went over here.
Go over there.
Did I know anything?
Just saying, be
That's
careful.
really the only thing that we have planned, really. Anything beyond that, are you having a race thing going on in Marathon Weekend or anything? Are you planning anything formal?
The All
Mike's
Ears
Brick League weekend.
The All Ears running team will be having little meets here and there. Pardon me? Boom Boom Pow. And we've got the Tent of Fenton March. Maybe it's next October. There's a half marathon. Maybe we can do something in October.
Yeah.
By the way, who called that half marathon?
Who what?
Me.
What?
Thank you.
That's right.
Thank you. Thank you. I asked for so little on the show.
There you go. Little delayed, but there.
Good. Well, that's going to do it for us today. I want to thank, again, our sponsor of this live broadcast, MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. I'm sorry. And when you're
booking a 10.
Ready
You're
to
sleeping
sleep
on the ground.
That's right.
You'll
Really
know.
looking for the ultimate in superior comfort.
Want to go shopping in the comfort station?
That's right.
Okay, wait a minute.
There's no debating the value of MEI and Mouse Fan travel. And if you're looking for planning a little quick trip, maybe planning a long trip, maybe a fortnight if you're from across the seas. And
Fortnite.
Fortnight. British. They call it fortnight. It's 2 weeks
Pretty
trip.
soon he's going to get us on the metric system.
Yes, 3 liters of. But regardless of the length of your trip, MEI and Mouse Fan Travel can help you plan that trip. Check them out at www.mousefantravel.com. If you want to find our older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, visit the WDW Today website at wdwtoday.com. For Line Testa, Mike Scopa, Mike Newell, and the fabulous Annette Owens, I'm Matt Hotchberg. We'll see you on the next show.
DVC at the Poly.
For the ding.
Aloha.
Stupid Judy, stupid energy.
This has been a production of Mouse World Radio.